Hey guys, xSRx WiLLyKiNz here, and I am really pumped up at the moment. I was watching this right here, and I remember this. I put this in the video because it's hilarious. Watch this replay. If you notice, I get an illegal pit road entry during this wreck. You know, I get turned off of the front bumper of my xSRx co-leader, xSRx LIGHTxHERO. And he's sitting there, he gets a good run, I get into the wall, and then you really can't see it, but we get together, and he just, right there, illegal pit road entry. But luckily, I hit him, he flipped, gave us caution. So, you know, that's the good thing about that, because that just saved my butt from having no chance at all winning this. And I'm pretty sure I kept the lead as long with that, because when I wrecked, you know, I slid in front of him. Yeah, I did. That's amazing. But, I'm really pumped up. You know, we're racing tomorrow night, and, we're racing on one of my favorite tracks. And that track would be, you know what, I don't even know what we're racing. But I love every track on this game except for Homestead. Wait, no, I like Homestead, but it's glitchy, you know. You know, I really can't think of a track I really hate, except Indy. I hate Indy. And we got to race there eventually, and I think that might actually be where we race. But, you know, not a big Indy fan. Probably race at Charlotte. You know, since they're racing at Charlotte this weekend. Probably race at Charlotte, too. Oh, and then look, xSRx gets turned right there, and then I'm in the lead, and then I just got to coast it home. And, you know, you can tell by my throttle gauge, I'm not even going that hard right through here. I mean, like, usually I'm diving corners. I mean, I'm not even on the throttle. I was just like, alright, I got this one. There is no point in pushing it too hard. Now, this race right here, there was a lot of controversy in a group about this, because we did not know what to do here. DG Spearhead, the guy in first place, has not won a race all season, and he's been in a racing league since every race but the Daytona 500. And he's been so close so many times. Well, I'm sitting here and I'm in third. I already have 3 wins. That was my 3rd win at Bristol. And I'm in the points lead and all that. No, it was my 2nd win at Bristol. Sorry about that. But, and I'm sitting here in the 29 car, and I'm like, well, let me get by the 29, and then, you know, I'll be a little bit easy on him. You know, I won't do my, like, once the white flag falls, how someone cuts me off, and then that was kind of accidental, even though I really never touched him on my screen, but, you know, the game said we did touch, but, see, I'm sitting here, I'm getting a run, and then he blocks, and as you can tell by my throttle gauge, I back off, and I'm like, alright, I'll let you by with that. And then I go down in this corner, and see, I knew exactly what he'd do. He'd overdrive the corners, and I was like, alright, I'm gonna let him lose this race himself. And then I get off the throttle right there because I didn't want to run him over. But I was like, I'm gonna let him lose this race by himself. I'm just gonna like let him make a mistake, and then I'm just gonna go by and win, because that's how it is. Before you get your first win, you're scared. But right here, look at this. I'm right there. I'm there. I'm on the throttle. Looking. I grab some draft. I shoot down. He blocks, and then I get into his corner panel, and I turned him. And oh my God, he thought I did it on purpose. And I was like, man, don't you expect if I did it on purpose, I would have ran you over about 3 turns ago when you blocked in turn 1. But, you know, it's the way it works. But then the very next race at Darlington, we find ourselves with 2 laps to go in the exact same situation, 1-2. But this time, I'm just going to go ahead and spoil it. I'm a little bit more, I know this time not to put my nose down there, because who knows what could happen. And I'm sitting here, and my plan was, I was like, okay, if I want to win, and of course, you know, I want to win, because that's the kind of person I am, but I was like, alright, I'll get, like right there, I backed off a little early. It caused me to hit the wall, though, because my car is really, really tight. Neither one of us have the best car. The best car is sitting behind us in 3rd place, and that's talent. But, you know, he has no chance of getting up here now. And I'm sitting here, and I'm like, alright, I'll just use the wall. Because sometimes I use the wall to go fast at this track, because it seems like you have to hit the wall at one part of the track every time. And I'm like, alright, now I'm just going to get right here. If he's going to give me the high line, I'll take it. And then he started to block, and I got right here on him. And what happened was I was really afraid to run him over again, like I did last time, so I backed off the throttle, and if I would have stayed on the throttle, it would have been a really good race, drag race down the front stretch. But I did not want to be in the same situation as I was at Fontana, because that was just terrible, and I did not mean to do that. And then this race is the race why I don't have the points lead. That's just what I'm going to say. Richmond It was terrible. I'm a lap down. The game put me a lap down. So we was like, all right, well, we'll just, have to do it by eyesight, right? So, yeah, that's what we decided to do. But you know what's hilarious? Me and the guy that's a lap down behind me, we both finished 4th and 5th. So it really didn't matter that we was a lap down. But I don't know what's going on. I could not do this track towards the end of this race. I mean, I was doing really, really well. And then it just was like, nope, not going to work. Like, I was in 2nd place for a little bit of the beginning. I was mostly in the back the whole race because we had about 25 laps of green flag racing in the middle of this race, and it was actually pretty cool. Just got to wind a couple laps off and didn't really have to do anything like race anybody hard, try to keep position, gain position. Everybody was spread out and we was just going, and then I ended up touching that apron while I was on the throttle and spun out. But yep, and then there I was just like, I'm gonna wreck, and I finished 4th. I don't know why I wanted to wreck, but I just wanted to wreck. I was like, give myself